going to ask you right away, why are we meeting here, all the way in Franeker in the planetarium?
Because I just really loved the story of him wanting to prove something so badly that he built a model of it in his living room. So
because we are here in his living room.
Yeah,
okay.
and you eat here, you do everything in here. And I think there was this massive dispute about whether or not a comet, maybe I have to be corrected, was going to collide into the Earth. Yeah. And the different astronomers were giving different propositions, and everybody was in this massive fight about it. And he said, you know what, I'm just going to make a model and we'll see how it happens. And then he disproved, he basically proved that it wasn't going to happen.
Oh, that's the reason why he started this?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he just loved the stars and the moons. He said, I'm going to work 7 years.
I think he wanted to find out what was happening or what was going to happen.
Saving the world.
Well, just and getting people to calm down a bit.
By science, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what we see here is actually the whole instrumentarium, right? It's a mechanic.
Yes. You can hear you can hear it ticking, and then constructed it so that everything would spin around in the ceiling very precisely, like it's still accurate today.
It still works?
Yes.
It's exactly where the moon and the sun and the earth is at this moment in time?
Yes, according to this model.
Wow. How does he figure that out? How does he know how to do that?
I have no idea. Not really, anyway. Okay, so these are all the pins, and they always go on about all the pins.
Still working like 200-300 years later.
Yeah.
Which is amazing for a guy who's not a professional mechanic.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously very skilled. So, but I think it's very much about the power of just saying, I'm going to figure it out myself. The project is about dedicating your life to something that nobody's asked you to do.
And then you come here for inspiration. What is it that you find inspiration of to use for yourself, for your own work?
Well, mostly I'd say that some of the things that I'm doing is trying to figure out how things work, or not. I'm not trying to figure it out necessarily, but I'd like to know, and I'm curious. I want to take things apart, open things up, see what's inside.
Could this be an art piece of J10 also?
Like, I'm not an engineer, but neither was he necessarily, but he just went around and tried to figure it out himself. And so I do the same thing, but I do it with like really ready-to-hand materials. So what you find in hammer, or what you can, like, so a lot of the springs or the cogs or the mechanics in some of the works that I was making are just made out of toilet rolls or cardboard tubes that are cut in together.
Doesn't mean that you already have like an image or vision in your head. This is what it should be, or is it really like inspiration from the material that you pick out in the do-it-yourself shop?
A bit of both. It's like if you're going shopping, it's the same thing as anyone going shopping for their dinner.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Like you go there, you've got your list, but then when you see there's a special offer on salmon, you're like, oh, I'm going to have salmon tonight.
What do you hope that I am getting from looking at your work, looking at people who are doing things?
I don't know.
You don't care what the audience thinks or hope? You have no hope for what they feel or think or find out through your work? I
don't... It's not like I don't want them to think anything, but it's just I want them to think what they want to think. It's like having a conversation. So when you call your friend up and go to the pub, you're not going there because you want to get something out of the conversation. You go there to meet them and see how they're doing. So it's the same.
So your relationship with your audience is like friends going to the pub, you'll see whatever happens as long as you're together.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, what have you been up to this week? Oh, I made this thing. What have you been up to this week?
I came here to visit you.
Exactly. Okay. So if you're coming to see some of my work, hopefully it's more like you're bringing what you've been doing that week to me, and I'm bringing what I've been doing that week to you.
So your art is going to the pub with some friends, seeing what happens, and the way you work is preparing dinner, and if there are offers in the supermarket, you're going to use them anyway.
Yes.
Voila. Bye.